Something that was a common feature in films that released in the late 90s and early 2000s was obsessive love stories where, needless to say, things go a little out of hand. Now, before I carry on the video to tell you about characters that gave us the absolute creeps on the big screen, this video is not going to feature characters that are right from the get-go portrayed as villains or negative characters. So when it comes to sociopaths and psychopaths, characters that are introduced as plain evil, basically menacing performances like Ashutosh Rana in Sangharsh and Dushman, Prashant Narayan in Murder 2, or even Nawazuddin Siddiqui in Raman Raghav, are not going to feature in this. This video is going to feature characters that seem to come across as substantially harmless, sometimes even effortlessly charming in the beginning, but as they interact more and more with the opposite sex, the common and playful interactions somehow turn into scary obsessions. Discussing just some of the disturbing characters portrayed on the big screen, here is Tried&Refused Productions with obsessive and deceptive Bollywood characters that gave audiences nightmares. Sharad Kapoor in DASTAK. Sharad Kapoor, in my opinion, is an actor we saw a lot in the 90s and early 2000s in Bollywood and had some great performances in movies like Josh and Tamanna, but sadly he never really got his deserved credit. One of his most bone-chilling and underrated performances has to be in the 1996 film DASTAK. Sushmita Sen in her first film playing Miss Universe Sushmita Sen, who has to deal with a creepy and obsessive psychopath called Sharad. One of the scariest aspects of the film is that a character feels he can get closer to the woman of her dreams by killing everyone close to her and dear to her. There is a sense of ownership and entitlement that Sharad feels towards Sushmita. Even though the pageant queen provides various avenues for the character to mitigate his mental state and seek help, his only intention and need is to feel loved and be with Sushmita.
आखिरी बार अपने दोस्तों को अलविदा कह दो. Bye, Inspector Rohit.
The sequences of Sharad craving for her attention, calling her in odd hours, and creepily appearing in her vicinity, you will really feel sick to your stomach whenever Sharad Kapoor comes on screen. URMILA MATONDKAR in PYAAR Tune Kya Kiya. Oh, how I miss watching URMILA MATONDKAR on the big screen. The actor just had this insane ability to portray such twisted and internally conflicted characters on the big screen. I grew up watching the versatility of the actor and how effortless and jaw-droppingly good she was. The 2001 twisted love triangle PYAAR Tune Kya Kiya isn't anything different. A rich, spoiled and entitled brat who has got everything that she has asked for in life. Of course, growing up in such a bubble leads to not understanding social norms, and therefore any form of kind gesture or help are inferred as a depiction of love for another person. Simple favors lead to infatuation and ultimately love. However, all of this is one-sided, and the shocking revelation of the individual being married leads to absolute crazy town and obsession.
लेकिन मैं अपनी तरफ से तुम दोनों का इंट्रोडक्शन करवा देता हूँ. Riya, this is Geeta, my wife, and that is Riya, my girlfriend.
The character cannot fathom the love interest being with someone else, so she does everything possible, threatens to commit suicide, drives herself to madness, and even is ready to kill someone closest to him. URMILA is one of those performers that don't come that often, and this performance really does prove her acting chops. SHAHRUKH Khan in ANJAAM. If you want to see a film that takes you through an absolute roller coaster of a ride, mostly going downhill, especially for Madhuri Dixit's character Shivani, it is the 1994 film ANJAAM. If you don't want any spoilers of the film, you can skip to this timestamp to carry on with this video. So here comes the spoilers. Shivani gets stalked and harassed constantly, loses her husband to a cold-blooded murder, gets framed for attempted murder herself, loses her sister and her daughter, and has a miscarriage. If that wasn't depressing enough, the root cause of so much trauma in her life is because of the rich industrialist Vijay Agnihotri, a man who gets smitten by Shivani the moment he sees her on an Air India flight, a man who tries to find any way to get close to her. It can either be by befriending her husband or even framing her for attempting to murder him, just so that she suffers and no one can have her other than him. The creepy sequences of Vijay begging Shivani to say I love you still sends chills down my spine. A very impressive performance in a very disturbing film.
Shivani, मैं तुम्हारे आगे हाथ जोड़ता हूँ. एक बार कह दो कि तुम मुझसे प्यार करती हो.
Ajay Devgn in DEEWANGEE. In my opinion, one of Ajay Devgn's most underappreciated performances has to be in the 2002 film DEEWANGEE, a remake of the 1996 film Primal Fear. The film is not only an exhilarating ride, but is a shock-filled adventure. You are straight away put into the drama-filled action. Ajay Devgn, playing the role of Tarang, is found at the scene of a crime, a murder, and relentlessly trying to prove his innocence to his childhood friend Sargam, played by URMILA MATONDKAR. Sargam's love interest this, to the dismay of Tarang, Raj, played by Akshay Khanna, agrees to represent him in court. The shocking revelation of a dual personality and the existence of an alter ego Ranjit in Tarang's being, a character completely opposite to that of Tarang, is discovered. How this affects the case and Raj has to self-reflect on his initial strategy is what the movie focuses on. However, the mystery nature with which DEVGN portrays these two characters is fascinating to watch, switching at any time from being shy and subservient to being obsessive and violent. This was DEVGN's first negative portrayal, and he hit it completely out of the park. Who is he? Is he innocent? Does he really have a split personality? You have to watch it on YouTube to find out.
रंजीत, तरंग का दोस्त, मेरी मदद के बिना कुछ नहीं कर सकता वो.
Kajol and GUPT, The Hidden Truth. Imagine finding the girl of your dreams. Okay, 1 minute now. If you don't want spoilers for the 1997 GUPT, also you can skip to this timestamp flashing on your screen, but come on. It's a classic that you should have already witnessed. The girl of your dreams. She is beautiful, charming, and adores you. An even greater aspect being that you trust one another and have each other's back. In the attempt to find out the truth about a murder, you would never even think that your significant other may be guilty. Kajol as Isha Diwan is one of those girls that is extremely possessive and holds relationships with anyone very close to her heart. To the point if due to some unforeseen circumstances it crumbles, her entire world comes crashing down. So the fact that in the film there is a possibility that Isha played by Kajol can't be with Sahil played by Bobby Deol, she is ready to annihilate everything that comes its way, be it even innocent lives. Kajol has a brilliant way of masking this psychotic demon in Isha's being, leaving audiences constantly wondering who is responsible for these innumerable murders. Definitely one of those performances which makes you cautious about who are closest to you in real life. SHAHRUKH Khan in DARR. One of the most interesting case studies when it comes to Bollywood movies and their impact on Indian audiences is of the 1993 Yash Chopra directed film DARR. Just as examples, it's so interesting to note the following things. How is it that in a romantic Yash Raj film, two already established actors like Juhi Chawla and Sunny Deol, who portray positive characters, get sidelined and everyone roots and praises this newbie SHAHRUKH Khan? Why is it that despite being an obsessive, manipulative and downright violent stalker, audiences still have a soft corner for Rahul than Sunil played by Sunny Deol? It says a lot about our Indian audiences. The film in its very design created the image of a grey character, called it an anti-hero rather than a villain, a glimpse of an uncaring father and signs of depression that may make you empathize with the character. SHAHRUKH Khan in DARR was disturbing in so many aspects, but on the same hand, was such an impressive performance. The man disguising himself as a band member in Holi just to get close to Kiran, or to inscribe his obsession's name on his chest, calling out to the world that no one understands their love. All his actions were not justified, we all know that, but the performance of the young actor then is still remembered as one of his best. And that was the list, guys. Write down in the comments below if you have some video ideas for our channel. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.